Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Smackdown Live. This is week 7. And I actually got a little bit of information about tonight's show, so I'm not so out of the loop.
Ooh, this is good. You heard some news backstage, or did we just have something in front of us?
That's just a piece of paper in front of us. So right now we have Kalisto coming down to the ring in a singles match against Big E. And this is for the 5th spot in the Elimination Chamber match.
Ooh, the 5th spot, the illustrious 5th spot. Cool. I'm excited to see Big E making his debut, Kalisto making his debut.
That they are both of them as, you know, part of Lucha House Party and the New Day. But this is the first time we've seen either of them on the blue brand, and the first time we've seen either one of them in singles competition.
That's a good point. Very good point. But don't be sour. We've got Big E. He's about to be here.
That he is. Big E Langston. But we drop last names around here, so we just got Big E.
We just got Big E. As he dances his way to the ring, as per usual, with that weird penguin walk, and then what the heck he's doing right now. But either way, I'm excited. Either one of these men in that Elimination Chamber match would be fan-freaking-tastic.
That it would be. I got my money on Big E Langston, though. He's a beast.
He most certainly is.
That
We are exactly almost 1 week away. No, we are 1 week away from the last Smackdown before the Elimination Chamber. So it's very interesting to see now everything that kind of wraps up, everything that kind of comes together from here. Because we've still got, like you said before, 2 spots to fill. This is one of them. I wonder what the other one's going to be.
This being one of them. Now remember, if you ever want Big E to look you in the eyes while he's doing his thing in the ring, just tweet him your section and seat number, and he will find you and just maintain eye contact, just do his thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I talked to him.
Oh, better than me.
He told me to go away afterwards, but you know, I tried my best.
That's totally fair. He seems like he's a very busy man. There's now both men here. Kalisto with a big elbow to the face, but Big E, I mean, he's big. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't think Kalisto's got a whole lot of a chance in this match. I mean, we'll have to see as he manages to take Big E off his feet. I mean, of course, throw him off balance, he will fall. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, right?
But you got to keep in mind here, Big E is a former Intercontinental Champion, if I'm not mistaken. As well as Kalisto has held the United States belt before, so they both have some success in singles competition.
And most certainly do. Prior to forming both of these amazing groups, actually I think Big E might have been champion while he was with the New Day. Not 100% sure on that, but Lucha House Party, of course, they've got their opportunity. They won against the Authors of Pain either last week or the week before. I'm not entirely sure, but now it's Kalisto's turn to kind of show that they could do some singles title stuff as well.
That we do. I think that Kalisto was once the Cruiserweight Champion on 205 Live, but I'm iffy on that.
I believe you're correct. I think he was at one point at least some sort of champion. Maybe he was not. I don't know. Either way, let's get to the action as we see some spinning back kicks from Kalisto, and now an arm drag. Nope. Head scissors takedown from the corner.
Showing a little bit of that Lucha Libre style that Kalisto and the rest of Lucha House Party are known for. As he's actually catching Big E off guard here, doing a little bit more damage than he really thought he would.
Well, certainly as now he takes to the top rope, but the knees are up for Big E, and unfortunately knocking Kalisto off his balance here a little bit.
That there, Big E is able to get some big, heavy, stiff blows back here. As he kind of tells Kalisto and shows him how he got his namesake.
Big exploder suplex here from Big E.
But a kip up from Kalisto just like that, sending Big E into the ropes with a vicious kick.
Almost not even selling that move at all.
Yeah, very impressive of Kalisto to be able to take that damage.
And just immediately kip right back up with a big offense now against Big E. Big splash, almost shades of Big E there in its own right. And now Kalisto is just doing all of the damage, and Big E just seems to not have an answer for it.
There he goes, doing that weird little dive again, and Big E was not able to do much of anything there in that situation.
Seems like Big E's on his way out of this match as Kalisto's now taunting him from behind, hitting him with a big drop kick to the back of the neck. That cannot feel good. And Kalisto taunting right in front of his face.
It's very, he is taunting a whole lot in this match here. He seems to be a little bit overconfident. Doesn't seem to be the best thing in this situation here when you're going against a man of Big E's stature.
We see the Salida del Sol. And Kalisto going for the pin. Is this it for Big E? Sorry to cut you off there, Plastic, but that was a big move out of nowhere.
That's okay. We got to call the action here, Astro, if it comes up. And Kalisto somehow managed to pull away the victory from the bigger and stronger opponent there, Big E.
You see that beautiful spine buster here from Big E. Setting up for something bigger, but unfortunately, Kalisto just there with that spinning kick. And the Salida del Sol. We see it one more time. Beautiful maneuver from Kalisto.
That it was. I'm honestly shocked that Kalisto pulled off that victory. Gotta be honest, I did not expect him to get the upset over Big E. I thought he was a shoo-in to win.
Unfortunately, Big E didn't win, couldn't muster the strength to defeat the little guy.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
the thing.
Scary, but at the same time, he'll always have another shot. And now, Kalisto moving forward, the 5th man in the Elimination Chamber.
That he is, so we only have one more spot, which will get determined later on tonight in the main event.
Oh.
But right now, we get the other members of the Lucha House Party coming out to the ring. We got Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado.
They didn't join him at ringside, but they had a match right after. So.
Yeah, a little bit weird. I think Kalisto just wanted to come up by himself here. But now we have Lucha House Party versus the other members of the New Day.
Oh, so we're seeing a combination of the victors of those past two tag team matches for the past 2 weeks.
That we are. So now these two will face each other. And we're actually getting word that the opponents or the winners of this match will go on to face Breezango.
I'm assuming
at the Elimination Chamber.
Oh.
Yes, you are correct. Apparently Raw is not putting a team forward.
Interesting.
So Smackdown is going to be taking charge here, and they're going to put on an absolute clinic at Elimination Chamber.
Well, we've seen it the last 3 weeks. We've seen beautiful, amazing tag team action from both these teams already. So it's only fitting that SmackDown gets to showcase their talent and move them forward. So seems like the tag team championships will be staying on SmackDown for at least the time being.
For the time being, yes. We'll see what happens here post Elimination Chamber, because after that, it's pretty much the build to WrestleMania.
It is indeed. We are still working down that road to WrestleMania, and I think we've actually got some pretty interesting things lined up to kind of move forward even through Elimination Chamber. We've seen a lot of controversy on Raw, especially with Elias, Bobby Roode, Roderick Strong, a bunch of other people, and the tag team division over here on SmackDown. It's a lot of good quality content going on right now.
That it is, but I can't see Raw sitting out the next pit or sitting at WrestleMania. Sorry, they're going to have to build up another team to take on Breezango or potentially Lucha House Party or the New Day, depending on how this match goes.
Absolutely, and it could be a brilliant brand new tag team. It could be an existing tag team. We obviously won't see the Hardys get back together because that's been a bit. So. That's been a bit much. Maybe a surprise return from Rhino. Keith and Rhino might do something together.
Can't see that happening here, Astor. But right now we got Lince Dorado and Kofi Kingston in the match, starting off for their respective teams here. A little bit of a cold start there, as they haven't really been able to get much going here.
Big headbutt from Lince, followed by a nice head scissors takedown. But other than that, it's been pretty slow to start this match off. It's now Kofi trying to get some offense in, not working. Kick to the back of the leg from Lince.
Back and forth momentum here, as nobody's really able to get the upper hand.
Big suplex over the ropes Kofi Kingston now chanting to get the New Day, to get the crowd hyped for the New Day.
Lince Dorado taking advantage of that with a beautiful tilt-the-world head scissors takedown and quickly getting on top of Kofi so he's not able to make the tag out to Xavier Woods.
Xavier was calling for the tag there. It's almost very lucky that they didn't get that swap out because, of course, Kofi being the weaker man right now, Xavier being completely fresh. But so is Grand Metalik as he is now in the ring with Kofi Kingston.
But you saw a little bit of miscommunication there as Lince Dorado went to the corner to try to tag out, but Grand Metalik was too busy clapping and getting the crowd chanting to actually notice that his partner wanted to get in the match here.
Absolutely. Big backflip from Grand Metalik to a down Xavier Woods. Already off to a great start. Keeping the offense going. Unfortunately, now knocked to the ground and Xavier Woods taking complete advantage. Dropkick missed, swatted away. Kick blocked. Fireman's carry. I love those.
I love the Fireman's carry.
They're pretty great. They're a great reversal. And now moving on. We got a beautiful snap suplex from Xavier Woods, isolating Grand Metalik into the corner of the New Day. Crawling for a tag here, but Xavier got wise after taunting. Very brave. And dumb decision to go for the taunt there, but fortunately he still managed to stay on top of it.
That it was. It's been a lot of back and forth here between Xavier Woods and Grand Metalik, a lot more than with Kofi and Lince Dorado.
Xavier kipping up as Grand Metalik goes to the top rope.
Flying leg drop, but misses right over Xavier's head because he wasn't fully aware of where he was at the time.
That's the danger of wearing those masks. Sometimes you can't see when your opponent moves.
That it is, but they're cool.
They're very cool. As now we see Grand Metalik going for the tag, but Lince Dorado pulls his hand away at the last second.
That he did some weird miscommunication going on between Lucha House Party and when they want to tag. It's strange.
It's a complete mismatch from last week's episode of Smackdown where... No, so was that last week? The Authors of Pain and...
I believe it was last
Lucha House Party. Because they were all about the teamwork in that match because they knew they had to stick together and work together to defeat the Authors of Pain.
That they were. We get a little spear to Kofi Kingston there and a sunset flip powerbomb to the outside there as Grand Metalik gets a beautiful moonsault.
That was a great combination of moves there, taking out Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods all in one go.
That it was very impressive of Grand Metalik and also very smart here.
Very much so, as we got a beautiful Hurricane Rana taking Xavier out. But remember, he's in the corner. He can easily tag out here. Good work for Grand Metalik to pull him aside here. Now going to the top rope, going for something big. Big splash, but Xavier Woods gets the knees up.
Very smart of Xavier to lie in wait there and get his knees up at the last second to catch Grand Metalik fully in preparation to do his big move, but he ate nothing but knees instead.
It's a big reversal from Grand Metalik there in the corner as Xavier Woods seemed like he was trying to go for a forearm or something, and Grand Metalik just rolled right out of the way, and now we see Lince Dorado hitting a beautiful STO on Xavier, and now isolating Xavier Woods in the middle of the ring, going for a big move off the top rope, spinning Phoenix Splash, something. I think that's what that move is called. I'm not sure.
Either way, Xavier was scoped it very well, rolled out of the way here, getting the opportunity to tag in the fresher man, Kofi Kingston here.
Of course, Lince and Kofi started this match off together. Didn't do well for Lince in that situation, but here we are back again. Both men going out at big stomps, throwing him over to the corner. You see some tag team action here. No, going for that beautiful leaping punches in the corner, and now another amazing move here. Beautiful European upcut.
Incredible! What a series of offense here from Kofi right now. Really showing how the New Day benefits from having such a veteran competitor such as Kofi.
100%, as we saw earlier. Unfortunately, Big E lost to Kalisto, so it would be a huge win here for the Lucha House Party. All three members could be dressed in gold at Elimination Chamber if they do this match the way it should be done.
That is true, but so far it has not been. It's not looking good for them. So I'm going to be honest. I still see New Day picking up this victory here unless the Lucha House Party fixes things up and changes things a little bit, as Kofi is just sort of wondering what to do here before he just goes for the boom drop.
Very interesting stalling tactic there for Kofi Kingston. Maybe trying to bait Grand Metalik to enter the ring and bring himself into getting disqualified or something of the sort. But now we see Lindsay getting Kofi in the corner, punching him in the face. Like nothing happened.
That it was. He saw Kofi trying to get Xavier mixed into the match there, was able to slip out and then drive him into the corner and then just start pummeling his face with those brutal right hands.
We see more big moves here. The head scissors takedown. And now Lindsay going to the top rope. It's going to only mean one thing. He's going for something big as he hits that beautiful
shooting star press.
He went for it, but Kofi scouted it perfectly. Are we going to see another attempt at the boom drop? No, it's not looking likely, as Lindsay's trying to go for the tag here, but he cannot quite get it. There's the boom drop. Not surprising at all. Kofi Kingston, of course, a veteran, like you said before, trying to set up something big here for his team. Throwing Lindsay over the top rope.
That he is, as he gets a stalling suplex, bringing him back into the match here. The referee in rather bad position here right now, as Kofi very wisely knocks Grand Metalik off the apron, has Lindsay Dorado isolated in the ring here.
Looks like both men going for that tag team finisher, the big ending tribute to Big E.
Now, Big E wasn't able to hit it earlier tonight. Let's see if this is going to be able to do it for them. And the New Day have beat the Lucha House Party in a rather sloppy tag match, I'll be honest here, Astra.
100%. A bit of a long one and a bit of a sloppy one, as both teams here not looking too hot coming out of this one. However, we have the New Day victorious,
heading on to Elimination Chamber to face Breezango for the WWE Tag Team Championships.
That'll be actually a really good match. I'm very excited for that one.
One would hope so.
We could see, of course, with the Freebird rule, all three men coming out here dancing around with their tag team championships, just being the New Day.
That we could with Big E maybe not doing the best in singles competition. Maybe he'll decide to come back and start playing around with the tag team.
It's a possibility that indeed could happen. But in the meantime, we've got Francesca. They're dancing. They're happy. They're going to Elimination Chamber, baby.
Right there. They're happy now, but they might not be happy come not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Either way, we move on to our main event. And what you hear right now is the former mayor of Knoxville County, Tennessee's entrance music. This is Kane.
This is Kane.
Very, very suspicious.
Three men already down at ringside.
Looks to be Killian Dane, Batista, and Drew McIntyre, all contestants who were eliminated in the very first round of the tournament for the WWE Championship.
Very interesting to see that Goldust is giving these men another opportunity, hopefully, for the championship.
This is another match for the elimination qualifier, so the winner of this fatal four-way will get the last spot in the chamber. But now, Kane coming to the ring here, the aforementioned mayor of Knoxville County, Tennessee.
Has there been any news of that lately?
Town hall burnt down. It came out that it was indeed arson. Kane is a suspect. They haven't been able to talk to him yet.
Interesting. He's on TV for the last 7 weeks.
He is.
And they can't speak to him?
Do you want to approach this man right now?
I mean, they're the police. They shouldn't be scared of him.
Probably going to have to give him a little bit of time here, because there's surely something fishy about this that hopefully some more news will come out here in the future. But right now, we got this main event to worry about here.
Batista, Kane going out on the other side. Killian Dane is Drew McIntyre up. Getting elbowed in the side of the head right now.
That it is.
But as you said, we will see. We'll keep an ear out for all of these updates regarding Kane and the situation at hand. But it's a devastating thing. We're very saddened to hear about that fire. But we have Kane back in the WWE, so that's not all bad, I guess.
I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, though.
Good for ratings, bad for talent.
Yeah, I guess so. As Drew McIntyre and Kane go back and forth in the corner over and over, with Killian Dane dishing out some pain on Batista on the other side of the ring here.
Batista probably saying, please, please, not the face. I have to go film a movie after this.
We do have to remember that Batista did come out during the Daniel Bryan and Cesaro match.
He did, maybe.
Possibly costing Daniel Bryan his opportunity.
He did indeed, and maybe even persuading his way into this match tonight. Maybe. I feel like Goldust already had this in mind beforehand. I think Batista was just taking a little bit of something into his own hands. I believe you're correct. As this is kind of boiling down to quite a slugfest. If Kane and Drew McIntyre are beating each other senseless. Big military press slam from Batista on Killian Dane. That must have taken a lot of strength out of him.
That is. This is actually the first time we have seen Drew McIntyre since the Royal Rumble, where he had a very impressive showing, easily getting the most eliminations in the match, but ultimately failing to capture the victory there that AJ Styles of Raw managed to get.
He indeed did. It would have been a beautiful sight to see Drew McIntyre go into the main event of WrestleMania, but unfortunately, like you said, the showing he put on was not quite enough.
No, it was not. But if he wins this match here, goes on to the Elimination Chamber and wins, he still has the potential of main eventing WrestleMania, at least for the SmackDown brand.
Well, certainly. Right now, we've seen a flurry of kicks from Killian Dane on the Batista here, knocking him to the ground, going for a big elbow drop. With 3 men left in the ring right now, and a big boot from Kane to the side of the head of Killian Dane.
Now, despite it being a fatal 4-way, for the most part there, we saw Drew McIntyre and Kane going at each other pretty hard, and then Killian Dane and Batista. It's only now that things are getting mixed up a little bit here now, as Killian Dane and Kane start laying into each other pretty hard here.
Indeed. Seems to be some noise here in the arena tonight. I'm not quite sure what that was, but
that's what happens when you're in a busy town there, Astra.
It was very distracting as we now see Killian Dane rolling out of the ring. Batista finally back to his feet after being out for a minute. Huge clothesline on Drew McIntyre. He knew exactly who he was going for that time. He focused him down extremely hard.
That he did. Batista knows what he's doing there. You got 2 relatively inexperienced men, plus Kane and Batista.
Big boot from Drew McIntyre, who just worked his way out of a hold from Batista here.
Big boot from Kane to Drew McIntyre.
That's what I tried to say, but I fumbled my words real bad.
Well, just try harder.
I'm working on it, man. I'm only been here for 7 weeks, okay?
7 weeks. That should be enough time. You think we'd both be better by now, wouldn't you?
No. That's a myth. As we see a beautiful gut wrench suplex thing from Killian Dane to Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre kipping straight back up. Batista and Kane on the outside of the ring.
Seemed like Drew McIntyre there was going for a series of headbutts on Killian Dane, but didn't really, none of them connected. As he leaves Drew McIntyre lying in the corner and starts moving on to Batista to set him up for something.
Put him in the tree of woe here. He's going for something big. Oh.
Is he going to the top rope here?
I believe he is. It looks to me like Killian Dane is going coast to coast, baby.
A man that big should not be able to jump that far. This is disgusting, yet incredible, and I love it.
That was actually an incredible feat. I can't believe I've just seen that with my own 2 eyes. Now Killian Dane going for the pin.
But Kane quickly thereafter dispatching Drew McIntyre to the outside.
You gotta be sure to clear the ring, Dane, before you go for any pins, because it's not going to end well for you. As Kane now sitting straight up and going straight into a sidewalk slam. Here we go, signature Kane. Could this be the end for Killian Dane? Nope, Batista picking him right back up. Going for a choke slam here, but not connecting. Now we're just letting Killian Dane and Batista fight it out a little bit, it looks like, for Kane. Drew McIntyre also waiting on the outside for this fight to end.
I think they're just waiting for something to slip up, a chance to slide in there and take what they need here, as Kane is going for the choke slam on Killian Dane, but Drew McIntyre is just standing back and waiting and watching.
Waiting for Kane, turning around with a headbutt.
Oh, but Batista's doing the pin.
Drew McIntyre doesn't know what happened.
He headbutted Kane, must have disoriented himself there. Picked Kane up to try and do something, but Batista managed to crawl in and get the pinfall.
Stealing that pin from Kane, if you will, because if you remember correctly, Killian Dane just got hit by a chokeslam from Kane.
That he did.
Only to receive a headbutt from Drew McIntyre while Batista is going for the pin. You should see a highlight for that up on your screen any moment now. Here it is.
Here's the chokeslam to Killian Dane. You see Batista lying in wait right there and just immediately moves in and gets that pinfall for the victory.
Give me my spotlight, says Batista.
As we now have the number 6 entrant into the Elimination Chamber. I'm baffled, Astra.
What a way to secure your career and your chance for the Winged Eagle Championship.
That it is. It's very impressive from Batista here, coming back from that first round loss against Vader, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
So now he has another opportunity at that belt. We will have to wait and see what happens next week on SmackDown, as we'll see you Monday night on Raw.
Thanks for watching.